Are video games good or bad for your mental health? A laughable argument, for there is only one answer. But hey, hold up wrong. We must be rational and not subjective. We must scientifically analyse every piece of information before we come to a conclusion. Even though half of your mental health channel uses gaming content. Calm down, Mr. Badger, let's be real about some of the negatives. Firstly, I'm not even going to acknowledge that video games could lead people to violence, as that has been disproven countless times. So, why can playing video games lead to bad mental health? An obvious one is that you don't like video games. Seems simple, but say your mates play a game and you don't like them that much, then you're just wasting your time doing something you do not enjoy. And if you have mental health issues, it's good to do things you enjoy. Secondly, isolation. Being by yourself playing an RPG all day is like orgasmic for me. But if that one day by yourself in your bedroom turns into 3, you'll get lonely. Loneliness can be a fast track to depression and social anxiety. I remember feeling so high when I got Skyrim and playing it non-stop for like 3 days. But then I specifically remember feeling a bit low and even a bit skittish after a few days of isolation. Let's continue this idea a bit further. Staying in and playing games by yourself can mean you neglect your social life, and having friends or family to talk to, in my opinion, is 101 when it comes to facing mental health issues. You need to share, to talk, to engage with other people and not your own head. Not only this, but staying indoors addictively playing a game means you're probably not going to be doing enough exercise. We need those juicy endorphins and dopamine hits that come from exercise to help our body and minds feel well and fit. And let's be honest, you're way less likely to go, okay, I'm going to put down my controller, do some stretches and have a lovely cycle. But yes, you're going to be like, okay, one more mission, one more, almost finished the game, might as well continue, I'll do it tomorrow. Personally, I'm trying to find a balance between exercise and gaming. Check out my mentally fit videos if you want to see some gameplay and me sweating my butt off as punishment. Number 3, hours lost. If you're playing a great game, then this is redundant. You feel your time is well spent. But I can get bored of games, and often if the mechanics aren't really fun or the story doesn't hold much attention, I won't enjoy it. Playing something you don't like can again make you feel more isolated and feeling low. And I sometimes really struggle with this as I'm a bit of a completionist. Recently got Kingdom Come Deliverance, big RPG. And whilst it's fun, I've gone off it a bit. But I'm still putting in the hours so I can say I finished it. That's not good. Not healthy to be investing your precious time into something that is unsatisfying. Finding meaning is essential to mental well-being. And if what you're doing is meaningless, it's going to make you feel low. Your time could be better spent. I'm sure a few of you can relate that after a while of playing a game, you can feel that you're wasting your life. So there's one more point which I do think is important, and I really think this point can be used for many hobbies, and that's distracting yourself from what needs to be done. Video games can help remove yourself from your own life. You can dive into a world of colours, adventure, exploration. You can even adopt a new identity. It is, at its essence, escapism. When you have anxiety or depression or other mental health issues, it's so tempting to run from it. To bury your head deep and lose yourself in another reality, whether it be books, movies, or the digital reality that is video games. It's so tempting, especially in this age of technology, just to say, nope, I'm going to play games and not deal with this. Maybe tomorrow. But it won't sort itself out. Time can definitely help. All things change, and sometimes you just need to ride it out. But sometimes you got to face those demons. I've always had this idea that if I lost a close member of my family, I'd just buy World of Warcraft and lose myself in it for the next year. But that wouldn't help, because whatever your issue, it would still be there. This escapism isn't always helpful to one with mental health difficulties. We have to face it sometimes, stare our monsters down head on. This way you can work on yourself, whether it be with acceptance, using cognitive behavioural therapy methods, or just watching your thoughts pass by with mindfulness. Having 100 awesome games coming out each year gives one ample opportunities to escape. Now, how can video games help with your mental health? Number 1, escapism. What? I thought you said it was negative and bad for your mental health. Right, but it can be bloody useful too. In an ideal world, you could always face your mental health issues head on. Say you're feeling really depressed. Ideally, you can simply examine the thoughts, break them down using some cognitive behavioural therapy techniques, go, I'm glad that's sorted now, and I can move on with my day. BS. When you're feeling depressed, you feel fatigued, exhausted, sad, lonely, anxious, numb. You just can't always face the music. In fact, forcing yourself to try and confront your mind when you're feeling your lowest can often lead to you feeling even worse. There's been times when I've been having anxiety and I've sat down and be like, I will stop my anxiety in its tracks right now. And it's this militaristic way of trying so hard to stop anxiety that just makes it worse. The point being, it's good to confront your mental health issues, but only when you're feeling you have the strength to do it. Otherwise you'll just be burning out the whole time. If you're feeling crap, then recuperate, escape. If you're not up for facing your demons today, face demons in a video game. Lose yourself and get a brief break from being stuck in your head. Yeah, it seems weird to suggest not escaping and then escaping, but fundamentally it's a balance. And it's like, what? Say you've conquered your anxiety for the day. Am I not allowed to play video games because it's escapism? Bullshit. Spend your time how you like and enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with saying, today is not the day to fight. You need to take your mind off your mind, then draw your attention to a video game. Okay, so another wicked point, the social aspect. Playing games with your friends online is awesome, which is great. You combine hanging out with your friends and playing a fun video game. Pretty cool. As discussed, having a social life is important for your mental health. Without expression and social interaction, you can look inward and feel low. But need the social life always be physical? Not always, I think. It can be digital too. I made some really good friends over games, and I love signing into Steam and seeing who's about to play. Maybe you don't have any friends where you live or at your work. Well, there's no doubt a game for you, and with that, a gaming community who will love to hear your input and undoubtedly invite you to join the gang. Be social and play games with other people. A third point for why video games are good for your mental health is that you can develop a whole bunch of skills to help improve yourself. And when you're at a low point, learning just a little something new or improving something can feel like a huge milestone. We gain confidence by bettering ourselves, so it's no wonder it can help with your mental health. This article by Psychology Today shows a whole host of skills you can learn from playing video games. A few of them include improved visual contrast sensitivity, improved spatial attention, reduced impulsiveness, overcoming dyslexia, improved ability to engage in multiple tasks simultaneously, increased mental flexibility, reversing mental decline that accompanies aging. Now, I'm not saying you're going to notice these changes straight away, but it's still pretty cool to know you're improving without even knowing it. And I like this quote from the article. To cognitive scientists, such research on effects of video games is fascinating, in part because it demonstrates that the brain is far more moldable throughout a person's life than was previously believed. And this fully applies to mental health as well. The brain can adapt and change. This is called neuroplasticity, and it means that anyone who's having a rough time can get out of it in time. So there is one more point to my argument for video games, and that's a simple one. I like them. They give meaning to me. Adventures that you can never live in the real world, stories unfolding with the use of amazing technology, game mechanics that tactically push and train your mind. It's a lifelong passion, and I hope to nurture it as I get old and grey. To conclude, are video games good or bad for your mental health? In my humble, not trained as a therapist or a scientist or anything of any substantial credit other than someone with experience in the world of mental health, it depends if you like games or not. If you don't like video games, don't play them. If you do like them, they can be great for your mental health. As long as you keep it in balance with other things, such as an active social life, exercise, and other bits and bobs which are important for us to be functioning human beings. Everything is about balance in this world, and if you get the right balance with video games, then hot damn, the benefits are fantastic. Have a lovely day, guys. Try and be kind to yourself and enjoy spring. Excuse me, but I'm off to kill some giant rat men in Vermintide 2. Peace.